USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we have evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Major royal shocks today. African prince gains royal New Year's honour.
A Danish queen resigns.
And Elvis Presley is alive. Or is he?
My name is Ian Pelham Turner.
My name is Helena Chard.
Welcome to the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show 2024 now. Happy New Year to everyone. Let's roll the titles and get on with the show. Very often, Helen and I get asked to talk about royal events that happen right across the world. Now, today, I'm holding up a paper, and this is really a more muted headline from one of the national newspapers in Britain. And this is the type of thing that we have to talk about. So, first of all, Helena, at the moment, if all this is true, it's allegations. If all this is true, from my perspective, this could be the end of Prince Andrew as a member, as a seen member of the royal family. How do you think?
I mean, I agree. My feeling is it's like there's something like 120 people plus in this dossier, of which Andrew is one of them, and it's all come out, all this information, which we have to be careful with. It's all very alleged, etc. I do think if there are photographs, absolutely, if there's proof to back up. But yeah, I can't see him being introduced back to the royal family as a working royal in this situation.
Because I mean, it's almost we've both been doing bits for Fox Media as well as ALB UK TV, our channel here at the same time. And the reality is, for me, it reminded me of Sarah Ferguson and the toe-sucking incident as well. And I'm thinking, where do they think nowadays? But obviously, this is at a much younger period. I mean, how do we put all this into context?
I mean, there's a lot. You can't just make a decision. You cannot make a decision, and you've hit it on the head. I mean, there's just so much, isn't there? And you can't just make a decision. I don't think that's fair. There's a lot more things to look into.
Oh, I agree. I think, but for Charles, this year, along with everything else,
I feel sorry for the royal family. I feel sorry. No one really wants this information. I mean, the public doesn't really. I know the media gets their hands, and really enjoys sort of saying and all the headlines, etc. But really, we don't want that. We want hope. We want positive things. Well, I certainly do, and I know lots of colleagues and friends. Yeah. But there's lots of other shocks as well. I mean, I think, I agree. Funny as well, sort of moving on, I think, from Andrew.
Do you think, just to sort of broaden out a little bit, do you think it will damage the royal family? Because this is the, basically at the moment, let's face it, Charles has had a lot of shocks. King Charles has had a lot of shocks in the past 12 months with all sorts of things going on at the same time. Harry and Meghan, the whole affair. Do you think, I mean, you've worked in PR, you've advised a lot of top stars as well in your time, as an agent. How on earth does the royal family get out of a situation like this?
Well, there's been lots of previous things that you wouldn't imagine would turn on their heads. And they do, because you can have good PR. But I mean, before it's really looking into what's fact and what's allegation. We can't just jump into it. And of course, yes, to begin with, I mean, I feel very sorry. We can't just have one person and then the whole family and everyone else, is tarnished.
It's really
not fair. But I think we've got more of the show to go. Ian.
We're
halfway through the news, and I think there's far more stories.
Yeah, yes, I agree. I think, but at the moment it's the top story. Everyone is talking about it, and I think as commentators.
But
you know
media. Of course, everyone's talking about it because everyone really wants things to go downhill. It's a ripple effect.
It's not to go downhill. I think what it is the royal brand that the royal family are trying to create now is change. We would agree on that.
Yeah.
It is to show a more modern royal family. Charles has been working so hard, and Camilla has been working so hard in the past year to create a much more positive brand, a much more positive approach to people. He's been speaking out in issues
it's not going to take it away. That doesn't take it away.
I know, but at the same time, it all comes back then to trivia like this as well. And so how does a royal family deal with it?
Well, the royal family is not going to be talking about it and coming out and making it a major thing. They've got a lot more things to do. There's lots of Commonwealth, there's lots of things coming up. They're going to Commonwealth countries.
Yeah.
There's lots of creating harmony and peace. And the more we talk about this story, which has now gone on for 7 minutes, it just really perpetuates exactly what I feel is something that the media continues to do.
I agree, but it is something that in reality, people right across the world are reading on their breakfast tables or watching television today. So moving away from that, then there's another royal shock. It seems to be like we're full of royal shocks this week. So Queen Margarita, talk to us about Queen. What on earth did she do?
I mean, Queen Margarita, bless her, she's an absolutely lovely, lovely woman. I mean, she's now 83. She's amazing. She's a chain smoker. She's 6 foot. She's like a style icon. She's brilliant. But she was giving her speech, her royal speech, as you do, New Year's speech, and something like 12 minutes in, she decided to say that she was abdicating.
Yeah.
So that was a shock to all the Danish people. I mean, obviously we heard secondhand, but so her son, Crown Prince Frederik, is going to be taken over. He's 55, and Queen Mary, Princess Mary, and I think she's 55. I think she looks very much like the Princess of Wales, but slightly older.
Yeah.
But I think the fun thing, thinking about it, what I love is that the late Queen Elizabeth II had a great bond with her. And when they were younger, they had their little nicknames. So it was Lilibet and Daisy. And they are great-great-granddaughters of Queen Victoria. Yeah. So they are cousins.
But I think the other interesting thing as well is that the Danish royal family are allowed to abdicate.
Yeah.
Whereas the British royal family aren't.
But they're not anointed, are they? So they don't have like a coronation and all the stuff that goes with it. And that's
I
quite
wonder
a key
again whether
thing.
that's something that may happen in the future. Obviously, with William coming up in popularity and Kate coming up in popularity all the time, whether something like that may cause really more. And I suppose where we're leading on to Sandringham, where they're all going to be at the moment.
I don't think Charles is going to step down, if that's what you were going to say.
No, I don't think Charles. I agree with you. I don't think Charles will step down, but I wonder whether there will be a public, discussion over whether that sort of type of thing should happen. I don't know. It's an interesting thing, historical as well. But anyway, talk to me about Sandringham.
Also, the royals obviously have been in Sandringham. It's been really good fun to see everybody enjoying themselves. But I think because we're past the Christmas element, it's the new year now. And it's just a fun little thing that the royal family has done for a long, long time. I can't remember, it's actually years and years and years. And for New Year's, it's the youngest member of the royal family who is invited in. It's a royal tradition to bring new luck for the year. And the youngest person, who I think is roughly 18, the footman, no doubt, he comes in, he toasts the family, he opens the front door and lets the new year in, etc. But it's just a lovely thing, and they have drinks. But I think it's a lovely, fun tradition.
And I think the other interesting thing is that Charles has decided in January to be in Sandringham. So and that's a break with tradition or creating a new tradition. So what we're seeing this week, which is probably where I'm really trying to get to, we're seeing traditions changing We're seeing things changing constantly.
So
You know, at a time when we thought that it's just going to be a very quiet start to the new year.
I don't know. I mean, you know, Sandringham, that used to be in Sandringham, Norfolk, but now to go to, I get it really. I think it's a little bit more private there. And King Charles absolutely loves it. It's his favourite stomping ground, so I get it. And his, you know, the achievements and duties and various things, Commonwealth, all the things that are going to go on, starting, I think Princess Anne actually is the first person to go abroad shortly. But we've got the lovely video that's playing, which highlights the year, all the successes really, and I think I love the cam that you see them going down the Mall waving at people.
There's this amazing thing that they've done. It's almost like the TikTok royals, isn't it?
Yeah, it's playing now, and it's a surprise. But I love seeing them going to the opening of Parliament, which is really good. But of course, 2024, lots and lots of plans. Canada in May. This is the King and Queen. Australia, New Zealand, and Samoa. I think in October. Prince and Princess of Wales, I think Rome or something they've been talking about. But Princess Anne in the next few days is Sri Lanka.
Yep. So also it's the King's honours list, and I'm very pleased, someone that we both know about, Lanry Oligarco, who is actually a royal prince himself, has been given an award now as well.
So, I mean, the New Year's Honours List official awards are given by the British monarch to recognise people who've contributed to the national life or achieved something of exceptional value. And obviously, Lanry Oligarco, congratulations on your MBE, that's Member of the British Empire. He's a fabulous, successful painter. He had a life of drugs and homelessness in his 20s.
And he turned himself
around. He's got his Art Alive's trust, and this is fabulous for young people. He teaches people skills to basically find your purpose and your passion, and there's always hope.
So I hope he'll come on one of our shows soon.
He will do, I'm sure.
And obviously, another interesting thing, Cirque du Soleil, you know, this joyous thing that happens this time of year.
It's fabulous.
Away from the royals.
Do you know, it's 30 years old. Can you believe it? 30 years old. And it's the largest contemporary circus originating from Canada. And the new production, which is out now, is Allegria.
I think we're seeing some imagery of it now as well.
I hope so.
As we're watching, as we're sort of talking about.
The great thing about it is these are international performers, roughly 21 different nationalities, and the majority of them are athletes, which makes sense. But you should book your tickets, get there now, to sit back, it takes you to another world.
It's fabulous. And finally, now tell me, is Elvis Presley alive or dead?
Well, Elvis Presley is going to be AI'd back to life. I'm not too sure what I think about it, but so it's the Elvis evolution using AI, so it's holograms and using lots of photographs merged together to produce a life-size augmented reality Elvis. So it's going to be a live theatre show, and it's taken really from Abba Voyage, which has done really, really well. But you see, the difference is Abba Voyage they actually did model it, you know, and everything. So I don't know. I think it's going to be fun, but I don't know. Something doesn't sit quite well with me.
It's going to be a different world this year. Anyway, so waiting backstage, we've got two of our friends. So Philip Sykes, our great friend, will be on any second now. So let's get Philip Sykes up on air, and we're going to talk about what is his vision for 2024. So welcome, Philip Sykes, once more. And where are you?
Yay!
Yay! Happy New Year! I am to Italy and do some coaching and training, and as well as get some skiing in. It's one of my absolute passions, along with coaching and training. A ski instructor just walked past me, and it is dumping with snow.
Wowzers, that's so lovely. Thank you so much for taking time out, and how exhilarating.
And we're very jealous, aren't we, Helena?
We are. I wish I was there.
We're very, very jealous. Whenever we're talking to you at the moment, we seem to be talking to you in different parts of the world.
He's a jet setter.
Basically, Philip, what is your message for this year, you know, from really your expertise and etiquette? What is the message for business this year?
For me, 100% is having and building your emotional intelligence and developing an incredible essence for working with people on a very dynamic and unique level. I shared a message, the New Year message this year from the British School of Excellence on hope, inspiration, and transformation. And that's what this year is all about, is every single one of us has the ability to put our best foot forward. But it doesn't just happen by fluke. We've got to make an effort in this world. We've got to go out there and help people to the best of our ability. And as you both know, one of our amazing slogans in our organization, whatever you want to do in this world, anything that you want to be, just be kind. That is one of the most key messages that I want to shed a light on through the year of 2024.
Fabulous. And Philip, this is something I'm very interested in. As we know, King Charles has huge empathy, and I love that. How does empathy impact etiquette? You know, the higher empathy you have, does it help more?
Helena, what a beautiful question. For me, funny enough, just this afternoon, I've met with some dear friends of mine who I introduced to the Valley here many years ago. And the young son is 16 and a half years old. And we were talking just exactly about the importance of empathy. There are two fundamental aspects that we as people have the ability to do is develop and build our empathy. It is a key connection. It is something that builds resilience. It's something that builds connection. It's something that builds and grows people. And empathy should be the word for this year, 150%.
Great. That's lovely. Thank you. I wanted to hear that. That's what I thought. Brilliant stuff.
It's key. You know, something that I really want to shed light on for everybody listening to this amazing channel and program is that the two of you really do exonerate the most wonderful example of empathy, of kindness, of sharing. And you share all the time. You're empathetic to what's going on in the world, and you bring that to the forefront. And this is what we as human beings need to do. So a couple of key areas: empathy, creativity, leadership skills, and building our emotional intelligence. That for me is something that all of us should be focusing on in 2024.
Excellent. And Philip, how can people get in contact with you again?
Please visit www.thebritishschoolofexcellence.com or hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. We love engaging with people. We love building and growing people. And we really, really do want to make a difference in this world now and for the future.
Okay, Philip, thank you so much for your time today. Have a wonderful trip, and no doubt we'll see you somewhere else next week. The world seems to be your oyster. Take care.
Back in the studio. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye. So we have a fabulous guest, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. We're so thrilled to have her with us. We've known her for a long time, and she is probably the hardest working person that we know. Welcome.
Hello. It's so nice to see the two of you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. Oh, Jacalyn, you've just done so much. I think going back to USA Global TV and Radio and where it started those few years ago, and how much you've achieved. Tell us more.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. We actually started USA Global TV and Radio, it'll be 2 years ago, January 15th. And the two of you have been so influential and instrumental in helping us grow this platform. So thank you. We actually started out on the radio, and it was just me. And from there, I realized that you could actually get to more people and help more people share their story by going over TV, per se. And so we've just grown now where we have a global audience, and we give people the opportunity to share their story. And it's a safe space because we practice what we call elevated listening, where we're listening without judging, without providing solutions, without interrupting, and without what we call stealing the stage, where my story is better than yours. So we want people to feel welcome and safe to be able to express themselves.
Jacalyn, what was the inspiration in the first place for doing something like this? Because I think you had a different major corporate career beforehand as well. What really gave you the inspiration to want to do something like this?
Thank you, Ian, for asking that question. I have been very involved with the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. I've been a patient myself. And when I started my first show, it was called Rapping with Dr. Jacalyn. And it was really geared towards people who had autoimmune disease, specifically ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, and an opportunity for them to share their story, because many patients live in shame and they have fear and they feel humiliated even discussing it. So I wanted to let them know, hey, I have it too. It's okay. Let's talk about it.
Thank you. And I know that you've produced so many wonderful books, and you're known as the listening mentor. If you just let us know a little bit more.
Thank you. Yes, I'm the listening mentor because I really do focus on being completely present and listening. So the book I'd really like to focus on is Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. And this is what I'm calling the Bible of listening and learning how you can be completely present. I know many times people think they're really good listeners and there's no judgment, but many times we're thinking about something else and we're not totally present. And the other book is the first of our series for children. It's The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. And you can see all of the animal characters here represent real people who have taken my course, The Power of Listening. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share today.
Okay, my next question. How do you remain so young? You look...
Thank you. I'm going to
For
knock over my
goodness sakes. Well,
I spend a lot of time working out and doing self-care and just getting enough sleep and really focusing on how can I bring value to other people. And I'm about to start teaching spin classes, which I'm excited to motivate and to engage people to get in touch with their inner selves and do some choreography and some dancing on the bike.
God, amazing. And I know that you're an Amazon influencer, and that's something that's new. Just quickly, just give us a snippet of it.
Yes, so my role is basically to review products and services that I have personally acquired through Amazon and then let people know my true opinion about these products and services. So I'm doing a segment each day. I've done 3 so far because I just started, and I'm really enjoying the opportunity to be able to provide my opinion and hope that people will have the opportunity to go and look at these products and services themselves, because I do get compensated a small bit, and I just have to say that because that's part of being an influencer.
And I know, Jacalyn, the reality is that you can actually create shows for other people and put them up on your great platform at the same time. What advice would you give to people, and what are you seeking, for new clients to come and create their own TV show at the same time? How easy is it for them?
Thank you. I feel that if someone is very coachable and they have a passion that extends beyond ego, so it's really about helping other people, that I can work with them. And whether or not they've already produced content that they would like to have a different platform or an additional platform to distribute, I can work with them in that capacity. And in addition, they can also put together their own program that we will either co-host, because we have an entire team of people who are with us that can co-host, or we can actually help them create the content themselves and we'll distribute it as well.
Fabulous. And obviously people can contact you via your website?
Yes, I'm very easy to find. You just can Google my name and you'll see. But we have our website, usaglobaltv.com. We also have our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV. And we're on all the major social media platforms. They can find us there. And we are open to having people reach out so we can see how we can support their work.
Oh, Jacalyn, thank you so much. Oh,
Absolutely.
I think Ian wants to say something.
I was just going to say one more. What is your hope for this year, Jacalyn?
Thank you. My hope for this year, we are in the process of transitioning to another production platform, which I've been spending many days taking us there. And so my goal is to be able to provide support for all of our team members so that they are able to promote their work to get more people around the world to know who they are, and to also bring in new people who have another opportunity to share what it is that they're doing as part of a group, a family, a community that we have here at USA Global TV and Radio.
Jacalyn, it's been wonderful. Sorry, we're short on time today. We've got royal news coming out of our ears at the moment. So have a great day, and then we would love to have you more often on the show as well,
definitely.
talking about America and talking about the things that you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, what can I say? Two of our most favourite people have been on the show today, so I'm very happy with Philip Sykes. I'm actually quite envious. How come he gets all the trips?
Well, you've had loads of trips. There's lots more in the pipeline. So wonderful having Jacalyn on as well. And what a great first show. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And I think the reality as well is that Jacalyn has supported us by putting our show out in America at the same time. So we're very pleased and grateful for what's going on there as well. But royal shocks, I have to say.
Royal shocks.
I mean, literally, I was racing out the door yesterday, and another TV channel is, trying to frantically sort of find out what do we think about what's going on.
But it's always, we always have to be mindful as well, because things chop and change. We know what the media's like. But it's sort of worst nightmare really was sort of bound to come out, wasn't it?
You just never know what's going to happen next on the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show. Sometimes we don't till the very last minute either. So it's been another great show. So for me, Ian Pelham-Turner.
And for me, Helena CHARD.
We are very grateful for all of you watching. Thank you for watching the show again today. And we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.